Hola mi gente, MsMalcolmHughes back with another book review. And today we will be reviewing Pain, Unloveable by Daneto. And this is actually a really short book. It's a novelette, so really around 30 pages or so, not very long at all. And the book is actually about a young woman by the name of Danielle and the experiences that she has. So before I get into it, I want to say that this book is intended to be a series. So there'll be multiple books that come out. And that's obvious within this story, the way that it ends and different characters that are introduced. So immediately when the book begins, we are dropped into some drama, which is really traumatic and effed up, if I must say so. So we have Danielle, who is being informed by her mother that she needs to get out. She needs to get out. She needs to go make her own way. She needs to find an older man to take care of her. She can't take care of her anymore. She can't be there. She's in the way. Now, she hasn't really been a great mother, and for the most part, Danielle had been taken care of by her father, but then he ended up battling a drug addiction that he was unable to beat, and she ended up having to go back with her mother. So once Mia is kicked out, thankfully, she has a friend who she can go and stay with, Mia. And Mia lives a completely different life. Mia is more of a partier. She's the life of the party. Everyone knows her, but she's really resourceful and she's able to take care of herself. And because of this, well, herself and her child. And because of this, Danielle too was taught a different hustle. She is working underage at a bar, but she's making good money and she's trying to get her life on track so that she can take care of herself. She has long-term goals. She's studying, trying to graduate, finish school. And that's essentially what we get to see initially. We get to see this young girl who's put into some difficult situations, how she navigates and is still trying to build a life for herself. Toward the end of the novelette, what we end up seeing is Danielle coming into her later teen years, and she's really starting to be approached by men. So now she's considering dating and what comes along with that. There are hints that this will become more dramatic, that the individual she's entertaining now is lying to her, and that will probably bring problems. And there's also another character that is introduced at the very end, Malik. We don't know Malik, but we get introduced to him because it says somewhere on another side of town, this is what's happening. This young man who's starting to run that side of town and really build a name for himself. So we know that because of that, eventually these two will connect, but it's not really clear how. And honestly, that's essentially what the book is about. Like I said, it's a novelette, 30 pages, and it's intended to really get you into the book and to really get you invested in this character's life and wanting to know more about what will happen and to continue reading the rest of the series. Did the author do that successfully? Let's talk about it. So overall, I would say the little novelette was okay. I think that there were some good aspects to it. I think that Danielle could have a really interesting backstory. I think it needs to be fleshed out some more. I think the dynamics with her mother need to be expounded upon. We get a pretty good understanding of her relationship with her father, but I think that the pieces need to connect more seamlessly. I think that the relationship between Mia and Danielle is really good. I think that is really the highlight of the book, and it seems to be where the author really took care. So I think that comes through clearly. I think that could also be fleshed out some more though, so we can see how Mia really influenced some of the decisions that Danielle makes down the line and the significant impact that she has on her life. I know she calls her angel, but it would really be helpful to know more of their background story and how they know each other and what is it truly like for them to live together considering their lives were so different. And then finally, there's the storyline with Malik. It's hinted somehow that eventually they will connect, Danielle and Malik, or you can just draw that conclusion because he's thrown in there, but it's not really clear how. And the story kind of ends, but not really in a cliffhanger that leaves you desiring more. Those are the positive aspects, kind of leading into the negative aspects. Again, I think that some of the characters are a little disjointed and need more. I think that whatever the connection will be between Malik and Danielle, I think that the book should have ended with that having been made. I think that would have been more enticing and really encourage readers to want to come back and read more. At least it would have encouraged me. And I think that this book definitely needed an editor. I think there are good aspects. I think it needs to be fleshed out more, even though it's a novelette. I think that where it ends and where it begins, I think you just need more build up in both places. So I do think the book needed an editor for sure. There are tons of run-on sentences and just misuse of punctuation. So that was a big frustration while reading the book for me. I just really wish that it had a final edit and someone to really make certain recommendations. But I definitely think it's a good effort. I think that with a lot of tweaking, the series could grow into something that resembles the author's intent. So I definitely think that if you're looking for a short read, I don't think it would hurt to pick it up. I do think that there are some interesting components to it, but I think it just needs to be fleshed out and built up a bit more. But yeah, y'all, that's my review of Pain, the really short novelette. If I had to give it a grade on a scale of A to F, I would give it a D, just because I think that it has a lot of work that still needs to be done. But I do think the storyline itself has potential. I just think that it requires a bit more refining. So that's it for me. That's my review. More reviews to come, of course. As always, I'm MsMalcolmHughes, the one who believes that books are sometimes better than the people. Until next time, continue to stay safe and be kind to each other. Odabo. Also, for those of you inquiring, I do still have buttons, my Ms. Malcolm Hughes pins, and the details on how to get those are below.